We're having a great conversation tonight on Open Line about identity depression, that emotional adjustment in life that happens when you move from one thing to the next. And specifically tonight, we've been talking about when you end a career and enter retirement. So Jackie Cavnar is back with us from the Mental Health of America Midsouth. And Jackie, there is a resource available online, many resources actually, through your website where people can investigate if perhaps they're having some stronger mental health feelings than they're aware of. So what can people do?
Hannah, thank you so much for that question. On our website, mhamidSouth.org, people can access 10 confidential, free, evidence-based screening tools where if you have any question at all about maybe a little depression, maybe anxiety, maybe you have questions about your children and want to screen for things that you're seeing in children, maybe postpartum, maybe a little PTSD, please go on the website again, mhamidSouth.org. Take one of those free confidential screenings. At the end of the screening, you can print your results and take those results to your physician or nurse practitioner or PA or therapist or counselor and say, hey, here's where I scored on this screening tool, and what do you think we need to do next?
Do people need to find a new doctor, Jackie, if they feel like they have a new thing going on regarding their mental health?
I don't know that they need to find a new doctor. That would really just depend on the relationship that they currently have with the provider, and if they feel comfortable. It would never hurt to have a referral to a psychiatrist if you feel that your primary care physician may not be addressing your needs as much as you would like. That would never hurt. But again, it would just really go back to the relationship that you would have with your physician or your provider already.
Excellent. So we have been talking about some in-person in the past, now over Zoom groups too. I hope people take these self-tests, if you will, online and get results. But if they're not even ready to do that, but they just want to talk to some people in the same situation, you've got that offer too, right?
We do. Yes, we do. If you're just curious about going through some changes with retirement or maybe being out of work at the moment and wondering if you're depressed, please give us a call, 615-269-5355, and let us help you find some resources and connect to some other people who may be going through similar situations. Would really like to help everyone find a place. I can say that since October, the number of people in Middle Tennessee who have accessed the screening tool has increased by about 389%. So we know that people are needing these resources, we hope that they're taking their results and getting the help that they need.
No kidding. That is a remarkable number. It's also a good realization and reminder that if you are feeling something that is foreign to you, this is not your normal mental state. I mean, COVID-19 could have a lot to do with it. It could just be another change that you've made and you haven't associated or connected the dots just yet. So that's great. What a wonderful resource out there on your website. I always think it's a good thing too to talk about maybe some of the positives to entering a new stage of life. I know, Jackie, you and I are currently employed and we do both like our jobs, but I imagine some of the discussions that are happening in this retirees group have to do with some of the, doors that open when you are not tied to a 9-to-5 every day.
Yes, there are lots of doors that open. Do you have more time on your plate? learn a language,
Yeah.
a book club, study something that has always fascinated you that you didn't have time to study before. Just take advantage of Nashville. I mean, my goodness, think about all of the things, even through COVID, the new things that are available to us right now. The Fifth and Broadway,
I know.
the food hall. Oh my gosh, wow. The Picasso exhibit at the Frisk Museum right now is amazing. And the fact that we're one of the few museums in the country who have that
Yes.
touring exhibit available to us. Revisit some old friends. And when I say old friends, I mean the Nashville originals, all of those restaurants that are here that aren't chains, that have the happy memories for all of us. Go to the parks. I mean, my gosh, we are so blessed to have such a fabulous park system. Do the hikes, do the state parks. I mean, we are just so blessed with such an environment and conservation spirit here in Middle Tennessee, and so many gorgeous places to go. And you know, some things are free, some things may have a ticket or a cost. Just be aware during COVID right now, some things may have a free ticket, but you still need the ticket just because they're spacing out the time for people to be admitted, so that way they can control the crowd to ensure distancing. Just think of all the things we can do. As Leland and Nikki D and Bree and Henry and Heather would say, you know, we have so many pretty days coming up here. And gosh, we certainly deserve a few.
We do. Hallelujah.
After the crazy snowstorm in February. Yeah, and the storms this weekend. Get enjoy everything Middle Tennessee has to offer before it gets too hot, and then we're complaining about that.
Yes, I know. We will be. That's us. That's Middle Tennessee for you.
Yeah.
I love that you said, though,
is.
making this bucket list is...
I know that.
Yeah, making this bucket list, Jackie, is just a fun thing to do, too, as you may wind down the job you're in. Maybe it's an end of 2022 commitment for you. Don't just think, again, I'm not a financial person, but don't just think about the money you got to make sure you have. Think about what you're going to do.
Right, exactly. And use this year to explore some of the things that you might have an interest in, and what the time commitment in 2022 or even 2023 may look like. You know, talk to Metro Parks about what all's involved in their gardening programs or some of their artists. Centennial Park is such an inspiration and such a beautiful place to be, to go through those gardens and to see those tulips right now, and to go through the Parthenon and see Athena and all of the statues and the traveling exhibits that they have on display. I mean, really just all of the things around the city. You know, maybe you're more into music, maybe you're more into performing arts. You know, check with TPAC and the Symphony Hall and what their plans are for coming back online later this summer. I believe it's going to reopen around August or somewhere around in there. What do they need to get back off the ground? How can you participate with them and enjoy some performances and see what the community has to offer? You know, talk to the Frisk, talk to Cheekwood, talk to some of the other groups in town.
Yeah.
The farm at Glen Levin. You know, they may be looking for master gardeners or some people who want to help them. Talk to the Land Trust for Tennessee. Anything and everything where you've got time to just get out and just be involved and meet new people. New people change our lives in so many ways, in so many directions, and things that we weren't expecting or maybe didn't know we were missing.
I love that, right? Be open to making friends and not just relying on the people that may still be at the workplace that you're no longer out or no longer at. Terrific advice to seek some of these organizations out. I know that I've always been jealous of the TPAC ushers. What a terrific part-time opportunity. And I know for the most part, a lot of those people, this is just something that they've longed to do and didn't have the evening or matinee hours to do it. So there's a wonderful opportunity. Just making all of these plans and gradually making the change and not diving in head first right away. I think that those are all great elements, I'm sure, to a smooth transition.
They are. And coming off a year of isolation where we have been distanced, and as people feel comfortable being vaccinated and being around others, I would encourage people to seek out opportunities with other groups so that way you are not just burying yourself in activities at home where you're still isolated. That can help compound the depression or maybe the anxiety. So please look for opportunities outside of the home as you feel safe and appropriate to do so. So that you have interaction or learning new things, learning new people, making new friends, growing your network, and just knowing that you have places to go and people to turn to and places to be.
Well, Jackie, we only have about 3 minutes to go tonight, and I know what we have been talking about in the last few minutes has been positive, and I'm going to keep it positive, but I want to make sure people understand it is totally okay to be a little uncomfortable with the transition from career to retirement. It is a huge change. So once again, can you let people know how common these feelings are?
They are so common. Most of us are going to go through this kind of a change at some point in our lives, and that's our goal. That's what we've been working for, right? We've been working for it. We've been saving for it. We're looking forward to this time and enjoying it. So you please know that with any change, there's always going to be a little uncertainty, a little up and down, and questions are okay. Uncertain feelings are okay. Just know you can always ask for help. If you have questions, give us a call, 615-269-5355, or visit our website at mhamidSouth.org, and we will be more than happy to connect you with people who are going through similar circumstances and to answer questions and get you with the right resource at the right time.
And just how quickly can people make sure they get into a group with others who are going through the same thing? There's a retirees group, especially for men.
There is a retirees group, so we will get you connected pretty much immediately. So we look forward to helping you through this change.
That is such great news. And if you are a daughter, a son, a friend, a neighbor to somebody who you know has this coming up too, you can call, right, Jackie? Give them a call. We're going to get the numbers back on the screen. Go to the website, take those self-tests, find out a little bit more about yourself so that you can enjoy life after work. Jackie, thank you so much for being with us. Jackie Cavnar, the COO of Mental Health America Midsouth. Appreciate all your time and wisdom, and you do have a lot of experience with this topic, so thanks for your generosity on Open Line tonight.
Thank you, Hannah.
We will be right back after a quick break. Once again, make sure you call those numbers and check out those resources if you fall into this time of life.